Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into a huge business decision. Should you make your own stuff or should you pay someone else to do it for you? We're going to explore this whole thing through the really fascinating story of one company that's decided to swim completely against the tide. And this right here is the classic crossroads. Do you hang on to absolute control over every little detail of how your product is made, or do you go for lower costs and more flexibility? It's a choice that can literally define a company's future, and it's the exact dilemma our subject is staring down right now. So, let's meet Merceh Co. In an industry where pretty much every other major player has sold off their printing presses, Merceh is the lone holdout. They still own and run their own giant facilities to print over 300 different magazine titles. That makes them a true outlier and honestly the perfect case study for us. So you got to ask yourself, why would a company cling to a strategy that everyone else has already abandoned? Let's break down the really powerful arguments for keeping everything under your own roof, starting with all the good stuff. And on the surface, the benefits look incredibly compelling. You get total command over your production schedule, your quality, everything. You can make last-minute changes to an article without having to beg some outside company. And hey, if you're printing enough, it can actually be cheaper. This gives Merceh a level of control that its rivals they just don't have it. And this quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of their identity. For a publisher juggling hundreds of crazy tight deadlines, this kind of control isn't just some nice-to-have luxury. It's the very engine that makes their whole operation run. But all that control comes at a really steep price. You're saddled with these massive fixed costs. We're talking staff, maintenance, energy bills through the roof. You run the risk of getting stuck with old, expensive technology, and as print sales go down, those huge costs get spread over fewer and fewer magazines, which makes every single copy more expensive to make. It is a heavy, heavy burden in a market that's changing by the minute. Okay, so what about the other path? Let's take a look at the strategy that every single one of Merceh's competitors has already taken, selling off the press and just outsourcing all the printing. The appeal of outsourcing is, it's powerful. All of a sudden, your massive fixed costs become variable costs. You only pay for what you actually print. Selling off all that old machinery, that gives you a huge injection of cash to invest in what's next. And you get access to the latest and greatest tech without having to buy it yourself. It's all about getting leaner and more focused. And this quote right here just brilliantly spells out the strategic heart of the argument. It lets you ask the big question, are we a manufacturing company or are we a content company? Outsourcing lets management stop worrying about supply chains and logistics and focus all their energy on what they're best at, creating amazing content and growing their digital side. But, of course, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Letting go means you're now just another client waiting in line at the printing plant. It means making some really painful cuts to your staff, which can really damage your company culture. And you're introducing all these new risks of delays and spotty quality that you just didn't have to worry about before. So this table really just lays out the fundamental trade-off perfectly. With the in-house model, you get that absolute control and agility, but you're dragging around these huge fixed costs. Outsourcing flips that script completely. It gives you a much leaner cost structure and a laser focus on content, but you lose that crucial control. So, with great arguments on both sides, how on earth do you decide? Well, when the pros and cons are this evenly matched, you need a better tool to just cut through all the noise. And that brings us to a really powerful strategic framework that's designed for exactly this kind of problem. It's called Harmon's Process Strategy Matrix. Now, I know that sounds complicated, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It helps a company look at any part of its business and plot it on two axes. One, how important is this activity to actually winning against our competitors? And two, how hard is it to do? This helps you figure out what you absolutely must do yourself versus what you can safely hand off to somebody else. So, the crucial thing here is that it forces you to answer two very, very direct questions. First, does this process give us a competitive advantage? Do our customers choose us because of it? And second, how much of a headache is this thing to manage every single day? So, let's put Merceh's printing operation to the test. Where exactly does it fall on this matrix? Let's apply the framework and see what we find out. And the analysis is, it's pretty stark. First, strategic importance. Is it high? Nope. Readers buy Merceh's magazines for the awesome content, not because of how the ink gets put on the paper. The fact that all of their competitors already outsource it kind of proves it's not a competitive advantage. Now, complexity. Is it high? Oh, absolutely. Running a massive printing plant with all its own logistics and supply chains is a huge operational challenge. So, what does the matrix tell you to do with something that is not strategically important but is incredibly difficult to manage? Well, the answer is unambiguous. It falls squarely into the quadrant labeled automate or outsource. The framework gives you a clear, logical, data-driven recommendation. And this number right here, this makes the case even stronger. With print volumes down a whopping 18% over the last 5 years, those high fixed costs and the high complexity of running their own plant become an even heavier financial anchor on a business that really needs to be sailing toward a digital future. So you have the industry trend, the strategic framework, and the hard financial data, and they're all pointing in the same direction. Merch stands completely alone as an outlier, and this leaves them, and us, with one final, provocative question. In a world that is changing this fast, for how much longer can they afford to be the exception?